Hi, it's Hadil Al Musallam, and you are watching your Spring Summer 2016 segment of our journey. This episode is your fourth and final episode of our segment, and it's called Pattern Cutting and Draping on Mannequins. Now, what are we gonna do in this episode? First, I'll tell you that I know it's generally understood that a fashion designer can actually pattern cut, can actually tailor, can actually do all of the things by herself or himself in that case. No. I can tell you that it's a no-no. Because I know in the past decade or so, not decade, actually a century ago, designers weren't that capable of hiring. They were, but it wasn't actually understood that a designer can actually only design and then hire a pattern cutter and hire a tailor. And I know that stops a lot of us because, oh my god, I can't even start because I don't have this, I don't have that, and our dreams just go to waste. So, for this episode, I'm going to show you why I love to play with the mannequin. Of course, mannequin right here. Why I like to play with it, and why, in fact, I chose to stay in my own profession other than just trying to copy and try to learn everything all at once. I'm a designer, not a pattern cutter. So, but if designers need to pattern cut, I think we're going to just play with it. Now, in terms of draping, of course, pattern cutting, if you don't know what it means, actually cutting the actual sleeve, the cutting actual skirt, and actually making it into a final garment. So concerning that, and then we come back to the draping, I love to play with it. Now, this is a very, very cheap fabric. You cannot even imagine. But we tend to use it just to see how it performs generally. And I know we need to know that it's not the final look of the fabric that we chose. So let's say we're going to gather it. Gathering means that we're actually putting this all together like this. Just making it into roughly kind of sleeve in that case. And we see how it performs. Just to see how well, I mean, it is not that final, but we need to see how we're going to do it. And then we put it here. Talking Arabic. Okay, so, yeah, I think it's okay. Kind of roughly kind of saying, I don't like it. Wait. True. Okay, gather it. Okay. That's much better. Where's the pen? And voila. It is kind of an exercise, I'm just saying, I'm just showing you how we do it. But now, here's the tricky part designers need to know, that even though this fabric, this Freiche fabric performs, we don't actually know how it performs in our, let's say, chosen final fabric. In our case, it's a cotton poplin, as we've chosen in the previous episodes. We'll see how it performs, and we'll see if the design we have on paper is actually going to fit this type of fabric, because we don't really want to produce a garment that's not really performing well, since we need to know how it performs in terms of the gravity, since how it pulls down, how it goes down, how it goes up. It's a long story. It's a really long story. Anyway, so this is the cotton poplin. It's a callback view. We'll see how it performs in this type of design, and I don't think I actually gathered it in our specific designs because I don't like to play with the fabric itself. I like it to I like to make it flow more easily. Anyway, so we need to gather it. You know what? We'll just gather it from here so it will show better. Gather it. Okay, and then put this here. though we did we did actually gather them both, but we need to play with it in terms of the design itself. I mean, we can't actually waste the actual fabric because it is a high-end fabric, but we need to make a design that's not really stiff in terms of this fabric property. And that's it. That is the pattern cutting and draping on the mannequin. Now, since I'm not going to own the fact that I am going to own the fact that I'm not a pattern cutter or tailor in that sense, I'm not going to let that stop me, nor should you. If you have a dream and you have something that you want to achieve in life, I don't think this step, or in terms of a general step you think you cannot do, would stop you from pursuing what you want. If I made that stop me, I don't think I would be a fashion designer today, which I did in 10 years ago or so, which I thought education was my obstacle in obtaining what I want, but I didn't know I could actually read books about it and attend virtual classes and all of that. So I guess that's it. So tell me what you think of this process, and I'll see you in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.
लड़की बड़ी अनजानी है, सपना है सच है कहानी है, देखो ये पगली बिल्कुल ना बदली, ये तो वही